Welcome back, MessyFam. This story is packed with drama. I'm talking a birthday weekend completely gone wrong. From a bold friend stepping out of line to a high speed escape from the cops. Let's dive in and unpack this messy roller coaster of a story.
Okay, put a finger down if your boyfriend had a weekend of festivities lined up to celebrate himself for his birthday. And on Friday, y'all went to the club. Saturday, he had like a housewarming slash go out to one of like his favorite little places. And then Sunday, it was like a little lounge day. So Friday, club day, he ends up renting a Trackhawk for his birthday, y'all. He was popping it. So he rents the Trackhawk, he go pick up the Trackhawk, and he tells all of his friends and family like to meet him at a certain location so that they can all ride in together. So we had to be at the club, I think, by no later than 10. So everybody gets there. I'm dressed, we in the car, everything is good. So once we at the club, we had to talk about one of his female friends, and for the sake of this video, her name's gonna be Jamie. He had told me that while me and him were on a small break, that Jamie had tried to talk to him, even though this is somebody that posed as if they were completely friends with this platonic relationship. So once he told me that, I told him, okay, well, now that you told me that about Jamie, I don't feel comfortable around her, and I don't think she should be a part of your birthday festivities. So when we get into the club on Friday, y'all, why is Jamie at the club along with some of his other female friends? She doesn't speak. She doesn't acknowledge me. So at that point, I'm kind of like, okay, cool. If this is what this is gonna be like, I don't know if I can do this. So we in the club, y'all. We turning up, having a good time for his birthday. Keep in mind, I'm still pissed about the Jamie situation because I told you that Jamie shouldn't be a part of your birthday festivities because to me that's just disrespectful to your partner. So we having a good time. Everybody get ready to leave out, and as we leave out, I walk out with my best friend. When I walk out with my best friend, Tim is going to be my boyfriend's name. Tim is already outside with his friends. When Tim is outside with his friends, they are like congregated together. It's clear that they're laughing with some females or talking with some females that's walking by. So when I walk up, I'm like, hey, is the car unlocked? Because I want to go sit in the car. So when I go sit in the car, he finished talking with the friends and comes over and was like, yeah, everybody trying to pull up at such and such place. So I'm like, okay, cool. So all of a sudden, the energy changed because I guess he sees what type of energy I'm on. And he like, are you, like, what's the issue? Do you not want me to go? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's no issue. I'm on whatever you on. Like, it's your birthday. I'm here to support you and celebrate you. So if you wanted to go to an after hour, the strip club, wherever, I was down to go. So he then picks up the phone and calls his friends and was like, hey, Mariah tripping. I'm just not gonna go. We just go head in, take it into the house, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. So that pissed me off because don't blame me for not going out to celebrate your birthday. If you didn't want to go, just tell your friends you don't want to go. So we get into it, y'all. Don't really remember the words that was exchanged, but I call my best friend and I'm like, hey, you can go ahead and head to this area to come pick me up because I'm not gonna deal with this shit. So she like, okay, bet. So we're basically both on the way to the apartment. So as we're driving out there, me and him is still exchanging words. So he's upset, I'm upset. Well, y'all, we talking and he starts speeding. And when I say speeding, I mean doing 100 plus on the dash. So as we're speeding, he gets to a certain area where, boom, we done saw a cop. So he say, fuck it, they ain't gonna catch me. I'm finna lose them. So y'all, we doing the dash. I mean, I'm talking about we going a super, super dangerous speed. So he do the dash. We done made it to the apartments. He done backed in park. I'm preparing myself to get out the car and run. Because I already took my heels off and everything, y'all, right after the club. So we both get out the car, we run up the stairs, we get into the apartment. He like, keep all the lights off, they don't know where we ran to. So this whole time, y'all, we looking out the window and we can see like all the neighbors and people like basically giving a description to the police officers like what we look like. Because y'all, right after we get into the house, not shortly after, the police show up because they told us that he may not have been able to get real close up on us, but they was close enough to see which way we turned and things like that. So you can see them outside inspecting the car, y'all, like looking at the car. I mean, I'm pretty sure I witnessed one of them touch the engine just to see if it was hot, just to verify if that was the car. Who knows? You can tell they running the plates on the car. And then there's neighbors outside basically mimicking what we were doing when we were running. So at this point, me and him are talking, and he like, man, we need to get a game plan. We need to get a game plan, because what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? I'm like, what you mean what's going to happen now? You know, you was driving a car. If they come up in here or they knock on the door or whatever, that's going to be on you. So then, y'all, the story takes a little turn, because the person that he rented the car from gets a call from the police. So he then calls Tim and was like, hey, what's going on? Just got a call from the police, and they're just like, you know, the car is double parked. They need you to go move the car. Whole time, Tim is thinking they calling him because they finna tell him that they finna tow the car. So he done already calculated, like, I done already spent this much on that car. Now I'm finna have to spend this in fees, basically, to get this man his car back. So he like, well, can you do me a favor? I'm like, what? He was like, well, can you go ahead and go move the car? So I'm like, what? Why would I go move the car? You go move the car. You don't, like, that car has everything to do with you and nothing to do with me. He was like, well, what if they take me to jail? And so I'm like, well, what if they take me to jail? So y'all, me, dumbass, literally, I put on my bunny, y'all. I'm trying to take off my makeup as fast as possible, because I basically want to appear like his aunt, like I rented the car for him in my name, and I'm just going out here to move the car. So y'all, I go down the stairs, I get out there, and I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? I'm just here to move the car. I said, we got a call from the owner. He was basically saying that we double parked the car, or the car was double parked. And he was like, yes, ma'am, you know, I don't know who you rented the car from, but they were going a serious dangerous speed in the car, and, like, we don't advise that. They were able to make it here before we caught them. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, I rented it for my nephew. I appreciate you telling me. So I done had a short conversation with them, and I get in the car, y'all. I park the car the right way, and I get out, and I come back in the house. So at this point, I'm just irritated with the whole situation. Keep in mind, my best friend is still here to hear while all this is going on. So when she pulls in the apartment complex, she's not even able to get in, because there's like so many cops, basically all the way to the gate. So she's calling, and she's trying to figure out, like, what's going on. And I'm like, man, Tim was doing a dash. You know, the police tailed us. Now they here, and we in this big situation. Because, y'all, don't forget, we just got into it. So I'm still on my head to go home. I don't even want to be here. So because my best friend could never get to me, I'm basically answering her calls, telling her she can go ahead and turn around, because there's no way she's going to be able to get to me tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I might as well stay here, figure this out in the morning. So after all of that, I'm putting a finger down. Part 2 is Saturday. Him end up having a housewarming party. When he have the housewarming, Jamie is not there. So some of his other female friends are there, some of his family. My mom comes to the house to cook. We basically celebrate his new apartment, and then he decides he's going to go out to some of his favorite places. And when I say favorite places, like lounges or a hookah bar or something like that, well, I'm so over the day before that I decided I wasn't going to celebrate. So since I decided I wasn't going to go, me and his little sister, and her name's going to be Tia for the video, we decided to stay at the house. Y'all, him stay out all day with the friends, having a good time. That wasn't my problem, because at this point, I'm resting. I'm basically catching up on my emotions and everything from the day before. So as the day goes by, he gets in. Y'all, I'm still sleeping. Like, I done showered, ate, went back to sleep and all this. So Sunday is when it go down. This is when it gets crazy. Okay, y'all. So me, him, Tim, his cousin, or his sister, somebody, we end up heading over there to the lounge we're gonna go to. So once we get to the lounge, after being there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, in walks Jamie, one of Tim's closest friends, and then Jamie's friend with her. And for the sake of this video, her name's gonna be Trina. So when Jamie, the friend, and Tim's close friend walk in, of course, I'm on guard and really confused as to why is Jamie here? Why is any of them here at this point? So Tim decides he wants to buy a bottle. We end up getting a bottle. It was a Casamigos bottle. Everybody's having a good time. Because at this point, Jamie and her entourage are at a separate table, and we're at a separate table, y'all. We're not at a section. And it's important to know that Jamie was a part of Tim's friend group way before I even knew him. But at the end of the day, it got disrespectful once Tim told me that Jamie tried to make a pass on him. So then we all having a good time, and I just felt like the vibe is off. It's so far off. And Jamie's friend Trina is going around twerking. And when I say going around twerking, y'all, twerking in front of all of the boys that are there with us. All these niggas got females. So to me, it's disrespectful to be doing that. When there's plenty of single niggas out here, go twerk over there. And you know how some women, they thrive off of that negative attention. Let me twerk in front of these dudes because I know it's going to spark some type of energy. Well, it sparked me because I got pissed because what's going on and why every time I look up, and I got on shades, y'all, because I'm trying to scope the scene. Like, every time I look up, are y'all looking at me? And, like, why is Tim even putting me in this situation if Tim, quote-unquote, loved me? At this point, this is just a mess. So, after some time, I am sitting talking with Tim's little sister, Tia, and I'm basically telling Tia, I am not in the mood. I'm getting more and more drunk, and I don't know about y'all, but when I get drunk, I get more aggressive than I would in my right mind because I got a lot of patience. Not necessarily a lot of patience for bullshit, just a lot of patience in general. So basically, I text my best friend, and I'm like, hey, I feel like something finna pop off, so you need to come up here. And my best friend really don't play like that. So I'm like, Tia is 18 or 17 at the time. I'm not finna have this young lady out here acting crazy with me because a nigga disrespecting me. So my best friend let me know she en route. When she get there, my best friend got no makeup on, hair tied. So you already know we on that type of time. So I end up just enjoying Tim's family and myself. And once my best friend there, I'm not going to say that I'm happy, but I'm more comfortable because I know what's up now for sure. Because I got somebody that truly loves me. And y'all, that's important to know because I'm not just going to be out acting crazy and it's basically me against everybody. Because it's clear Tim don't give a fuck about me. Get it? So Trina is continually bouncing around, twerking around, and I feel like Trina just think this cute. And honestly, at this point, I feel like Jamie brought Trina with her just to do this, just to try to be cute about it. So at this point, why am I in this situation? So him is being friendly, going around, just basically greeting all his guests. Let's take a shot. Let's do this. Let's do that. Well, before you know it, Trina ends up gradually making her way closer to Tim. And when she gets close to Tim, that's when I'm on the edge of my seat. Because at this point, I'm finna crash out in this place. And I'm really finna crash out. And y'all, when I say I crashed out, I crashed out. So Trina comes up to Tim and she starts whispering in his ear. Before they could even separate, I stand all the way up. When I stand up, I'm like, what's really going on? What's this about? Because I ain't taking no more disrespect. So Tim, y'all, projected everything on me. You tripping. It wasn't nothing like that. I don't care. So then Trina has the nerve to tell me, oh, baby, you tripping. I was whispering in his ear about something business because Tim sold clothes, y'all. So she said, oh, I'm whispering in his ear because I'm trying to buy some clothes. You need to stop tripping because that's more money in your pocket. Excuse me? So we in the club at 1 a.m. or the lounge at 1 a.m. and we all been drinking and you whispering in Tim's ear about some clothes. Be for real. So y'all, why after I stand up because I'm ready to fight, do I get kicked out? I get kicked out. Once I get kicked out, my best friend, we all outside. So basically, all of my personal stuff is still in the building. So we all kicked, and it's cold outside. So we all outside. I'm still mad. I got family from my hometown coming up to me. You too pretty for that. You don't need to be doing that. You better than that. But I ain't trying to hear none of that. So long story short, we outside. But why is Tim still inside with Jamie and Trina? Claiming that he was paying for the bill, claiming that he had to make sure everything was handled because I done caused too much commotion in there. So at this point, y'all, I'm so mad and livid. I don't even remember the chain events that happened outside. All I know is my best friend said we were outside for more than 30 minutes. So Tim is inside, but all of Tim's immediate family, I'm talking about his cousins, his first cousins, his little sister, they're all outside with me. They all outside letting me know I'm not tripping. So the catch is, since y'all said I just said everything to say nothing, no. The catch is Jamie still showed up at the event and then brought an entourage with her to make me look like a fool once again. So I'm done at this point. So finally, Tim comes outside. When Tim comes outside, I start punching and hitting on Tim, telling him he got me messed up because I'm sick of this. And I tell him I want all of my items out of his car, and my best friend is taking me home, and I am done. So that was the end of the story. All for Tim to send me flowers the next day and say that he sent them just because, even though he doesn't feel like I deserve them.
All right, MessyFam. Let's unpack this because what's really going on here? There's definitely some gaps in this story that has me asking questions. First, why did Jamie even show up at these events after their history, especially when she's already crossed boundaries before? And then, what's the deal with Tim inviting her and acting like it's no big deal? Also, let's not ignore the wildest part of the story. The man decided to hit the gas and outrun the police in a rented car? Did he even think about what would happen if they got caught? And speaking of that, why was he asking her to move the car after that? The audacity. There are so many unanswered questions. Was this all just a bad decision stacking up, or is it more to the story that we're not hearing? What do y'all think? Is Tim just messy, or is there more going on behind the scenes? Let's talk about it in the comments. I can't wait to hear what y'all think about this messy story.